Hi everyone, Mark from Curiosity back with another update. So let me jump straight into it and update you on the current progress with the server change. Again, it's more good news. When we logged on this morning at 7:30, we were told that the migration had been fully completed of all the files, so that's good news. And also that the DNS changes had started to propagate. Now we had to change the DNS on our domain, the main domain for our hosting and our server. You do not need to change yours, that will catch up in time. On each of your domains, each cPanel has obviously linked to the IP address of our server, and because now we have a new server, that has changed, so we have to go through every single domain, it has to catch up. And then also the domain name servers around the world need to catch up with the new settings. So excuse me, I've still got a bad throat. So some of you are already migrated fully over to the new platform, others of you are still on the old as the DNS is catching up. All the files are on the new server, but we just need to wait for the DNS to catch up. The other thing we're outstanding that we're waiting for, we did ask the new server provider at the time to put a certain version of PHP on the server that we need to run a script that we use in Mobile Maker Pro. That hasn't been done yet, so I've just literally been on the phone to them and spoken to them, and we just sent through the request of exactly what we need, and they tell me that will be on the server within the next 24 hours. So that's it. Once that's on there, everything's pretty much done. I mean, you can tell already whether you've been fully moved over and the DNS has caught up, because if you do log into your system and you're on the old server still, you'll see a red message that says that you're on the old server. If you log in and you don't see that on the home screen, then you can take it that you've already been moved over to the new server and the DNS has caught up. But until that version of PHP is installed by our server provider on the server, the actual theme, what it actually controls is the color selector. Until that version of PHP is on the server, the color selector won't work. So we're just working with them, we've just been on to them again. As I said, I've just come off the phone now to get them to do this as soon as possible, but they've told us it'll be done within the next 24 hours. So all being well, by this time tomorrow when I speak to you, that's it. That's the end of the complete server change, which to be fair, if we manage to pull that off within two and a half days, that's going to have been a really good feat to have done that. Changing a server is no mean feat to do, and we've managed to do that very quick by working around the clock on it. So as I said, hopefully by tomorrow we are done, and then everything's good to go. We can just log in and start making some mobile websites. So on that, I want to just dive into the next section of what I was talking about yesterday, which is pricing and business models that you can use with Mobile Maker Pro. Now yesterday we talked about the actual process flow from creating a mock website all the way to installing it on their domain. But what we want to look at now is the pricing and business models that you can use, and I'm going to share two business models with you today. So the first one is probably obvious, it's the one you thought of, which is that you can sell the sites for a one-off fee. Now this is by far the simplest model. It's you just send the business a mock-up of their mobile website. When the business contacts you or you contact them, you agree a price for the full website. Once that's agreed, what we always do with our web projects is we take a 50% deposit, and then we go ahead and create the full site. So once it's ready, you can then send them the link so they can view it on your domain. Obviously you'll have created and built the site on a subdomain of your domain. So once it's all done, you're happy with it, send them the link, get them to look at it, sign off the job, and then just collect the remaining payment. Once you've done that, if they're going to be hosting the site themselves, it's simply a case of pressing the download button, and that will download a zip file, and then you can send that off to the business owner. And again, I'll be doing some videos on that and also some pre-written templates. So what should you charge? Well, that will depend on your local market and where you are in the world. You know, we charge probably slightly different in Europe than than the majority of our users who are in the States. But the average is around $297. That's the average price for a mobile website. But you can charge anywhere between $197 and $497, depending on the site and niche. It depends obviously on who you're targeting and how involved the website is. And there's obviously extras that you can charge on top of that, although it's just a one-off fee if you wanted to. You could offer hosting, or you could charge for installing it and the redirect script. But to be honest, we usually just include that in the one-off design fee. So selling the sites for one-off fee. Now, if you set yourself a target, which you should do, because you're obviously setting out there to build a business, you need to have targets that you can run to. So if you set yourself a target of just selling 5 sites per week, so that's just one site a day, 5 days a week, at $297, and that's going to produce an income for you of $1,485 per week. So that's a yearly income of $77,220, which is not too bad. I'm sure you'd like that as an extra income. I know I wouldn't turn that down, which is nice until you see the next pricing model. So as I said, selling the sites for a one-off fee is the way most people think about it, and how most people conduct their mobile website design business. And obviously, as you can see, it's a very lucrative model with a $77,000 income for just selling one site a day. But I'm going to show you now the second business model and second pricing structure, which I think you'll find is far more profitable and probably actually easier. So this is the second option, is that you lease the sites for a monthly fee. Now this is a great business model to build your monthly income. Now instead of charging just a one-off fee to a business, you can heavily discount that or remove it completely and charge the business to lease the site from you. And this works particularly well for some businesses, especially in these current economic times, as they do want the mobile website, but they do not necessarily want to lay out $300 in one go. So when you tell them that you'll reduce or waive this, and that they can have the site for say $19 per month, conversions on this are very high. Now, as I said, you can either charge them a reduced setup fee. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I'd say I would go and see businesses. I would actually build the website in full first. Now, if you're on the unlimited version, you can do that. Don't let that stop you if you're not. If you're on the pay-as-you-go, you can create obviously a two-page mock website. But as I said, if you have unlimited, you have the version of creating a full website. I would just go and see a business. I would show them the mobile website. I think for this model, I'd actually rather get out there than actually just use email, because if you're wherever you live in the world, if you've got local businesses around you, then just get out there and speak to business owners. I would show them the mobile website that I'd made. I'd run through it with them. They're going to be impressed. They're going to know that they need it. I would tell them that our usual price is $297 for a mobile website, and then $20 a month. But for the next 10 business owners that we speak to, we're going to actually give them the site for free. We've already built it. We're quite happy to waive the setup fee. It's just $20 a month. And that's a very strong proposition to a business, that you're going to waive the whole $300 setup fee and just charge them $20 a month. So as I said, when I cut down here on the slide, you can see what to charge. From the listed price of $297, I would reduce this to either $97 or $77, or as I said, personally, I would go with $0 and then charge a monthly fee of $17 to $37 per month, and that's for leasing the site to them, hosting it, and maintenance. So that's the business model. That's how you're going to proposition the sale. Now this can really start to add up when you do this. Now let's work on the basis of giving away 2 mobile websites every day. So it says 6 days a week, but actually I've done the figures on 5 days a week. Now remember, you're giving the sites away, so this is a lot easier than actually selling them. If you go in and you speak to businesses and you build the proposition the way it should be built, which is that these sites are a $300 value, but you're going to give a certain amount away for free in this given week. On this example, 2 sites a day is over 5 days is 10 sites a week. You'll have signed up 10 clients on an average payment of $20 per month. Sorry, again, there's an error on that slide. It should say 10. So you go out, you give 2 mobile websites away a day. You're going to charge $20 a month for them to lease the site, host it, and to maintain it. And so that's 10 clients a week at $20. So your income after your monthly income, remember, this is not a one-off. You're going to keep getting paid this month after month. And in my experience, we have businesses who use our mobile realty software. We've got businesses who've got mobile websites who we charge monthly for hosting and maintenance, and not one has ever cancelled. For as long as they're in business, it's a business expense. They're going to need that. They know they need a mobile version of their website. So once you sign these clients up, they tend to be very sticky. In fact, I've never had one cancel, so it's a fantastic business model. So after one week, just 1 week, your monthly income is already going to be $200. After week 2, $400. Week 3, $600. Week 4, $800. And week 5, $1,000. So after just 5 weeks of following this business model and sticking to it, we're already at $1,000 per month extra income. That's $12,000 per year. So even if you just want to do this part time, that's a fantastic extra income. But the thing is, it just keeps increasing. After 8 weeks, you've already reached $1,600 per month. In just 12 weeks, $2,400 per month. After 16 weeks, $3,200. 20 weeks, $4,000. 24 weeks, $4,800. And after 28 weeks of following this model, you will have a monthly income of $5,600 per month, or $67,200 per year. So just in 6 months from now, giving away 2 websites a week, you could be earning nearly $70,000 a year. And by the end of 12 months, if you carried on with that same process, that would reach to $124,000, $800 per year, just for giving away mobile websites. And now put here, are you getting excited? Because you should be. I love it when you start crunching figures for a business model and working out what the potential is. And remember, that's just giving away 2 sites 2 sites a day. I mean, you could give away 4, then you could double these figures. You could hire salespeople. The possibility of scaling this business is there. So you really want to start crunching these figures and working out what the potential is, because I'm telling you now, it's massive. And when I put here on the bottom, when it comes down to it, business is all about knowing your figures. Once you know your conversion rate, you decide your income. So you just need to work backwards. So let's just say we're going to give away we know if we give away 2 member websites a day over a 5-day week at $20 per month, after 28 weeks, we're going to be looking at $70,000 a year. So all we need to do now is get out there and start testing it. Either you go, or you start emailing businesses if that's the route you want to go. Whichever way, whether it's face-to-face, email, telephone, you're going to end up with a conversion rate. That is how many people you have to speak to before you get a business to agree to lease a site from you at $20 a month. So if it's 10 people, if you need to speak to 10 people, or email 10 people, or phone 10 people to get one person to take the free site and pay you $20 a month, then all you need to do to get that $124,000 a year is contact 20 people a day. Because if that's your conversion rate, you know if you contact 20 people, 2 people will take the free site and pay you $20 a month. That's going to give you $125,000 a year. That's a 6-figure business model right there, and it really is that simple. One of the mistakes I see when I talk to people, especially people who are trying to make money online and also offline, is that you make things far too complicated. Most business models are simple. This is a very simple business model. Give away 2 mobile websites a day, charge over 5 days in a week, charge $20 per website, and just work out your conversion rate. As I said, I think if you actually go out there, the conversion rate will be a lot lower than 10 to 1. But if that is the case, if you need to see 10 businesses just to get 1 deal, then to get your 2 a day and get your 125 grand a year, you just need to see 20 businesses. Now, how long would it really take to go around and see 20 businesses in a day? Not that long. So as I said, don't overcomplicate this. This is a great business model, and I'm sure you're going to find success of it if you haven't found success in other things that you've done. But like any business model, you need to work at it and you need to stick at it to really see success. So I hope that's excited you. It always excites me just going through it. Every time I was doing these figures earlier, and I just wanted me to go and hire even more people to go out there and sell mobile websites for us, because you can just see that the huge potential that there is there to earn a very decent income from using a very simple piece of software like ours. So that's it. I'm going to wrap up there. Get back to pushing our hosting company to get this PHP script installed, because once we've done that, we're pretty much there, and hopefully by the time I get up in the morning, it's coming up to 8 PM here. By the time I get back to work at 7 in the morning tomorrow, DNS will be resolved, the PHP script will be up on the server, and we're off and running. So hopefully tomorrow when I speak to you, it'll be even better news, and we'll be in there using the system. So thank you once again for your support and for your patience. I really do appreciate it. I know it's been a frustrating time. You can't even imagine how frustrating and stressful it's been for me, but we're nearly there now. So I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow, and I shall speak to you then. Thank you. Good night.